Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I am Ayodele Olorunfunmi, aka AY Abaga. You're welcome to my channel, Learn with Abaga. Today we will have to continue from where we stopped on my experience of Akwa Ibom State, the land of promise, they say. Recall I told you about our encounter with the principal of the school, Mbong Community Secondary School in Ikot, and after some argument and some consideration, we decided to stay back in Ikot, and he signed the paper. We took it back, our letter, and we took it back to the local government, and we did the necessary things for about 2 days. And before you know, after that, I traveled back to Ogun State, which is where I come from, and so then after 2 weeks, after the 2 weeks break that we were given, I decided to go back. This time I was fully prepared, and I took my bags and baggages along with me, my gas cylinder, because I'm the type that cooks a lot, and I took my bag, everything I needed in short, and then we went there, and fortunately for us, we were able to secure a very comfortable apartment. It was about 4-bedroom flat, and about 8 of us were staying in the house. I think it was 2 per room or so, and I was fortunate enough to stay with some wonderful people: Copper Soft, Legbegbe, Jude, Perpetual, Precious, Faith, and Taide, the Benue boy. So we didn't really have much difficulty in settling in. We settled in. The first week we tried to get some few things, and we were okay. One thing about the community is, at first the light wasn't really good, but it got to a point the light was always on. So our first bad experience happened on the first day of resumption. That was on Monday morning. We all left for school, and then we closed around 2 p.m. and on coming back home, we realized that the back door was not locked, and we were like, didn't we lock this up before we left? And on opening our rooms, we realized that we have been burgled, and our stuffs were taken. My laptop speakers and charger, my roommate's tablet was taken, and another guy Taide gas cylinder was taken too. So we were confused. Like the first day of resumption, and all this has happened. So we didn't want to tell the airline, because we knew the airline might decide to take us away from that community, and we didn't want that. We wanted to stay, but unfortunately the news got to airline, and airline called our HOC and started ranting and say, okay, you people will leave this community, blah 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 blah. So we decided to go to the Etidon, who was the community chief. So we went there to complain, and they came to inspect, and they told us not to worry, that it is all these petty thieves, that there's nothing to be worried about, blah blah blah. Our ally came to meet him, so we were assured that nothing of such will be repeated. In fact, that they will return everything that was stolen. We told our landlord to. We were assured that nothing of such will happen, blah blah blah. So what got me was the Tidon, the community head or chief, as the case may be. He assured us. In fact, they assured us that there's one particular thing they normally do, that they must return our stolen goods. He gave he's giving them 3 days, blah blah blah, they will return it, and we were like, okay, let's watch and see. Just 3 days. After the 3 days, we went back to him, nothing. After 2 weeks, so we decided to forget it. So the guy whose gas cylinder was stolen, he bought another one, and the rest of us too, we moved on with our life. So Eli, after she threatened to take us, she decided to leave us there, and tightened our security. Now we ensured there was no more loose guarding. Also, Sansan in Akwa Ibom means thank you. For example, you want to say Jude, thank you, say Jude, Sansan o. You want to say God, thank you, say Abasi Sansan o. You want to say church, thank you, say Ufora Abasi Sansan o. But for we, the core members, Sansan wasn't thank you. Sansan to us was lift, like free car, free vehicle. So this is what we do. Each time we are going to the local government for clearance or CDS, because we stay in Mbong and our secretariat is in Abat. So what we'll do is we usually wake up early just to wait by the roadside and wait for Sansan. Sansan in this contest is free ride. So that is it. So when you say I want to take Sansan to Uyo, it means I want to take free vehicle, free ride to Uyo. So that's what we do basically. So most of the time that we go to the local government, we usually don't pay, both to and fro. Most of the time we wait for free bus, free e-laws. Sometimes e-laws is what e-laws will carry all of us at once, and you know, it was a great experience for us. Yeah, Sansan. So if my guy is going to Uyo and he doesn't have money, we'll say, come on, don't stress yourself. Just go by the roadside. Once they know you are copper, they will take you to wherever you are going. You know, that's one thing about the people that I like. The church I was attending, at first, after about 3 weeks, I wasn't going to church. You know, we had about 2 or sometimes 3 options. There is Living Faith at Ndonuyo. Those ones, they usually come from Ndonuyo to take us with free bus to Ndonuyo and return, take us back after the service. But me, I don't like that. What I do is I prefer to go to a nearby church. So I decided to go to Akwa Church. Akwa Church is more like an Anglican setting. Me as an Anglican, so I try to attend Akwa Church. Although most of the time their preaching is usually in their native dialect, but the pastor, when he realized I was a Kopa, he decided to communicate oftentimes with English. So once he speaks their dialect, he tries as much as possible to translate in their local, in English, because of me and my other co-member. It was me and Jude that usually attend the church service in Akwa Church. Also, we attended about a few parties, both the ones we were invited and the ones we were not invited. So the ones we were not invited, this is what we'll do. We wear our cap, our Nysc cap and our jungle boot most times, and we go. So once they see that we are coppers, we are not indigent, they will serve us food and sometimes with beer, you know, champion. And it was really enjoyable. And the ones that we were invited, you know, they usually treat us specially, both at night, and they usually do nights before the main party. So sometimes we'll go for the night party. So we'll go there, they will serve us drinks, food, and we really enjoyed ourselves. Yeah, we really enjoyed ourselves. We were opportune to meet the House of Representatives representing the Ikot constituency, as at that time, you know, she was a wife of a barrister Ime, in the community. Although they don't live there, you know, as a House of Rep, she stays in Abuja and they have their mansions in Uyo, but they have a house in the village too. So that day, it was me and Jay, we were coming from Kodresa, and we met this woman, Mama Iyano by name, and she was like, haven't we heard that the House of Rep is around? And we were like, we don't know who she is, and she said we must go to visit her, because that's what they do, you know. Once the woman is around, villagers will go there, you know, to greet, and at the end, they hand out cash. You know, that's what typical Nigerian politician do. They hand you 2K. But this time around, after we didn't want to go because we have been warned not to meddle with any that as a core member you should be apolitical, blah blah blah, you know all those stories. But we got home, myself, Jude, and so we decided to tell others. About 4 or 5 of them, okay, about 4 of them followed us, and we were 6 in number. And when we got there, we met the husband in the sitting room, barrister I met, and we introduced ourselves as a core member serving in the community. And we had a great time, although they didn't give us food or drink. But when the woman came out, she gave us some little advice here and there, and then at the end of the day she gave us money. About, I think we all left there with 5,000 naira each, if I'm not mistaken. And that was our encounter with the woman and the husband. So I attended Ibibio-Efik about 3-4 times before I left Akwa Ibom. And the first was when we went as a family house, the Anglican family house. And also the second time was when we went, being a core member serving in that community. We all went to Ibom to enjoy ourselves. In fact, we did some small jobs here and there, and we went there to enjoy. And the last one was before I left, Akwa Ibom. I went there just to go have a, just go there to enjoy myself. And I attended the Ibibio-Efik 3 times, and it was fun. The beach was lively, and drinks, food here and there. It was enjoyable. Yeah. As for communal clashes, I wasn't really there, but I know of the one that happened between Afaina and Afaobium and Nooku. There was a particular day. The clash was really hotting up, and the ally got to hear about it again, and she came threatening, asked us all to leave, to vacate the village and be coming to family house, the NCCF family house in Ndonyo, and we refused to go. We said we are not going, except she decided to change our PPA. Other than that for us to be staying at Ndonyo and be coming to Kombo, we are not going to do that. So we tried not to, but after about few days, the clash, everything was settled, and normalcy was restored. Akwa Ibom people likes community football, particularly towards the end of the year, in December period. I was opportune to witness one that was hosted in my school. It involved about 8 communities: Mbong, Ikot, Ikot, Nooku, Tiampat, Ikorobon, Edimedim, and one other community I've forgotten. So all of them, they are in 2 groups, and it was fun. The thing about the community football is people from the community are the ones that are allowed to play. Coppers, although we showed interest, we wanted to play for Ikombo, but they said no. So people that are Ikombo indigenous, all the way from Uyo, that stays in Uyo, they will come down to play, to represent their community just because of the game. And that's how it is being done. Even people that from Ikot too, that are not staying there, that are far away at Ikot or in Uyo, they will come home to come and represent, and it was fun. It was fun, yeah. I really enjoyed it, although it would have been more enjoyable had they been allowed to participate. Watching football on the weekend was a difficult thing for us back then, because the whole of Ikot, Ikot, and Nooku, there was no viewing center. We had to move about 8 kilometers from Ikot to Mbioto in Etina. That's another local government entirely, although it is very close to Ikot, but it's about 8 kilometers. So you had to walk down every Saturday or Sunday, as the case may be, to go and watch our football team play. So Champions League, we were not watching. Europa League, we were not watching. We were only watching on weekends, and that was it. It was a difficult experience. Me that I can't do without watching my darling Chelsea play. So I had to stick with the weekend schedule. I'll go there, watch game, and come back. Now I'm going to describe the personality of the people that I stayed with. We all that were posted to the school were about 9 or 11 of us. I think we were about 11. You know, we had different batches. For our batch, we were about 10 that were posted there. But we that were staying together in the same house were about myself, Dami, Precious, Perpetua, Jude, Taide, Simeon, which is also Legbegbe, and Faith. So about 9 of us staying together in that house. Is that 9? I think you're 8. Yeah, 8 of us staying together in that house. So I'm going to describe their personalities. First, let me start with Simeon. One thing about Simeon is he likes to force his own opinion on others. Very opinionated human being. He always likes to be in charge, you know. And one thing he doesn't realize is you earn it. You don't just come from nowhere and say yes, you're in charge. No, it is we that will say yes. I think you deserve to be the elder here. And for Jude is my guy, very short, you know, pin-sized guy, like El-Rufai. But one thing about him is very courageous. He doesn't care, although he's physically, or let me say, he's vertically disadvantaged, but then he's never going to take rubbish from anybody. Always stand his ground, and I really appreciate that about him. And for Dami does his things with ease. He doesn't like to. And one thing about him is a good leader. Although he doesn't take shit from anybody, but then he doesn't like having issues with anybody, and he does his things on a soft level. And Dami is also a person who really likes to. He doesn't want to take, you know, the credit for anything he does. He just wants to do it because he feels it is the right thing to do. And for Sister Donayo Precious, the girl sabi. When it comes to say person sabi book, the girl na sabi person, and always doing her things in the churchy type of girl. Not until we have spent about 6 months, you know, she started to relate with almost everybody. At first, she wanted to be on her own day, and that was fine by everybody. And for Perpetua was the HOC when we got there, and one thing about her, she doesn't like trouble. Though na Igbo girl, Ude Perpetua, though na Igbo girl, but she likes to do her thing. Although I have the feeling that she's a stingy person, but you know, maybe that was just me. And for Taide na Benue boy, and I like him. And one thing about him is, or let me say, one thing I don't like about him is, he is, when you're engaging Taide in an argument or you're having a discussion, he's always dismissive of someone else's opinion. When you give your opinion, you are supposed to listen to other person speak, but no. Once he says his opinion, he doesn't like to change it. Nothing can change his opinion, and that's Taide for you. He likes to cook, particularly draw soup and periwinkle. You know, I never tasted that periwinkle, you know, before I left, but you know, Taide always eating periwinkle, and that's Taide for you. And Faith, I won't say much about Faith. Faith now one fine girl where everybody felt like that time when she come. And one thing about Faith is, or one thing I don't like about her is her anger. Once you cross, once you say stuff you're not supposed to say, she'll change her face and she'll change it for you. And but she knows how to dance. That's one thing about Faith. You know, she was the best dancer. She knows how to twist and turn, and you know, that was one thing I like about Faith. Favor. So Favor was with us at first. She was staying in the community. They burgled her room, and she didn't want to. She told Ella she wanted to leave the PPA, blah blah blah, but Ella didn't allow. Ella didn't change it for her, and then instead she left the community and she decided to stay at Ikot Parished. So she was coming from Ikot Parished to Mbong. Favor is a very nice person. We call her Quere because she's from Rivers State, the Quere tribe. So the final person I'm going to talk about is Lovett. Although she wasn't serving with us at the same PPA, she was serving at Ikot Resa, a primary school there, and it was very close. Mbong and Ikot Resa like 5 and 6, and most of the time we'll go there. And one thing I would say is Lovett made my stay in Mbong, or let me say Akwa Ibom, memorable. Like, if not for her, maybe I would have, died of depression. She was this loving person, very loving, just like her name implies, Lovett. She's the most loving person I've ever met. When you say Lovett has this aura about her, she welcomes everybody, no matter who you are, even if most person think you're stingy or you're this, you're that. Lovett doesn't. She wants to see for herself. That's what Lovett is. And like I said, my stay at Akwa Ibom wouldn't have been this enjoyable if not for Lovett. Also, I wanted to stay back in Akwa Ibom, but they say east or west, home is the best. So that was why I decided to leave Akwa Ibom and then return back home. But one of these days, I will definitely go back there and enjoy Akwa Ibom. But till then, thank you Akwa Ibom, thank you Ona, thank you Ikot Resa, thank you Mbong, and thank you to all the core members I served with in Akwa Ibom. The ones I couldn't mention their name, all of them made my stay in Akwa Ibom a worthwhile, experience, and I really enjoyed myself. From the classes, I didn't mention the student, from the classes to the community, and if I tried to say a whole lot of things that I did in Akwa Ibom, to take more than 2-3 hours, but I'm just gonna stop here. Thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and remain Ayodele or Learn from me. And like I said, like, comment, tell a friend to tell a friend. And till we see you again next week on another episode of Learn with Abaga. For now, bye.